Dreams have fascinated humanity for thousands of years. From ancient civilizations to modern psychology, people have looked to their dreams for meaning, guidance, and sometimes warnings. But what if dreams are not just mysterious nighttime experiences, but instead reveal something much darker about the human mind? Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, believed precisely that. His groundbreaking work, The Interpretation of Dreams, offers a perspective that can be both fascinating and deeply unsettling. Freud proposed that dreams are not random or meaningless. Instead, they serve as a window into the unconscious mind. The unconscious, according to Freud, contains desires, fears, and memories that we might not be aware of in our waking life. These hidden elements influence how we behave, how we think, and, most importantly, what we dream about. Freud's theory suggests that our minds are divided into different parts: the conscious, the preconscious, and the unconscious. The conscious mind is what we experience in our daily life, what we are aware of. The preconscious holds thoughts and memories that we are not currently aware of, but can access if needed. But the unconscious is a different realm entirely. It holds desires and thoughts that we have repressed because they are too disturbing or unacceptable for us to face directly. According to Freud, when we dream, the boundaries of the conscious mind relax, allowing the unconscious to express itself. However, this expression is not straightforward. Our minds use various mechanisms to disguise these unsettling thoughts and desires, transforming them into symbols and stories that appear in our dreams. This process is known as dream work. One of the most important aspects of dream work is condensation. This means that multiple ideas, memories, or feelings can be combined into a single image or event in a dream. For example, dreaming of a house might represent not only your childhood home, but also your feelings about security and family. Another key mechanism is displacement, where the emotional significance of one object is transferred onto another, less threatening one. So instead of dreaming directly about a forbidden desire, you might dream of something seemingly unrelated. Freud also identified symbolic representation in dreams. Certain objects or actions in dreams often symbolize specific things. For instance, Freud believed that many objects and actions in dreams represent sexual desires or anxieties, though not always in a direct or obvious way. This idea, while controversial, is one of the core elements of his theory. But why does the mind go through so much effort to disguise these desires and thoughts in dreams? Freud argued that the mind uses a mechanism called repression to keep socially unacceptable or distressing desires out of our conscious awareness. However, these desires do not disappear. They linger in the unconscious and find expression through dreams. The disguising mechanisms serve to protect the dreamer from confronting the raw, unsettling truths about themselves. This is where the dark truth of Freud's interpretation comes in. According to Freud, dreams reveal the parts of ourselves that we try hardest to hide. They are expressions of desires that might shock us or make us feel guilty if we acknowledge them in our waking life. For Freud, dreams are not just harmless fantasies but confrontations with our hidden selves. Freud's method of analyzing dreams, known as psychoanalytic dream interpretation, involves exploring the latent content behind the manifest content of the dream. The manifest content is the literal storyline of the dream, what we remember upon waking. The latent content, on the other hand, is the hidden psychological meaning. Freud believed that by interpreting these hidden meanings, we could gain insight into our unconscious minds and better understand ourselves. An example often cited by Freud involves a patient who dreams of climbing a staircase. At first glance, this might seem like a simple and meaningless image. However, through analysis, it might be revealed that the staircase represents a sexual symbol, reflecting the patient's hidden desires or anxieties about intimacy. Freud's approach also emphasized the importance of free association. When analyzing a dream, Freud would ask his patients to talk freely about every aspect of the dream, no matter how trivial or unrelated it seemed. This technique often led to surprising connections between the dream and the patient's real-life experiences, memories, and emotions. One of the most challenging aspects of Freud's theory is the suggestion that our most shameful or distressing thoughts are not only present but actively influencing our dreams and behaviors. This idea forces us to confront the possibility that we are not fully in control of our minds. Instead, hidden desires and fears shape our experiences in ways we may never fully understand. Moreover, Freud's theory suggests that even the most innocent-seeming dreams might carry darker meanings. A dream about losing a tooth could be linked to anxieties about aging or fears of castration, while a dream about being chased might reflect feelings of guilt or unresolved conflicts. According to Freud, no dream is meaningless. Every dream serves as a message from the unconscious. However, it's important to note that Freud did not see these revelations as purely negative. While the truth revealed by dream analysis can be unsettling, it also offers a path toward personal growth and self-understanding. By uncovering the hidden aspects of our minds, we can begin to work through repressed emotions and conflicts, leading to greater psychological health. Freud's work has had a lasting impact on both psychology and culture. His ideas about the unconscious and dream interpretation have influenced not only therapists and researchers, but also artists, writers, and filmmakers who explore the complexities of the human mind in their work. Even today, more than a century after Freud published The Interpretation of Dreams, his theories continue to provoke debate and inspire new approaches to understanding dreams. Critics of Freud argue that his theories rely too heavily on sexual interpretations and that they are not always supported by scientific evidence. Nevertheless, many agree that Freud's insights into the symbolic nature of dreams and the role of the unconscious remain valuable contributions to psychology. Dreams, in Freud's view, are not merely passive experiences that happen to us while we sleep. They are active processes that reflect the inner workings of our psyche. Through the process of dream interpretation, Freud believed that individuals could gain access to parts of themselves that are otherwise hidden, offering an opportunity for healing and transformation. As we reflect on Freud's ideas, it becomes clear that dream interpretation is not just about understanding isolated images or symbols. It is about engaging with the fundamental aspects of what it means to be human: our desires, our fears, our conflicts, and our longing for meaning. Freud's approach challenges us to look beyond the surface of our dreams and to consider what they might reveal about the most intimate parts of ourselves. In this light, the dark truth of dream interpretation is not simply that our dreams are shaped by hidden desires, but that these desires are an essential part of who we are. Ignoring them does not make them disappear. Instead, they continue to influence us in subtle and profound ways. Freud's work invites us to embrace a more honest relationship with ourselves, recognizing that the mind is complex, layered, and sometimes contradictory. Our dreams, far from being meaningless or trivial, serve as powerful messages from the depths of our unconscious. In the next section, we will continue to explore Freud's theories on dreams, delving deeper into the specific symbols he identified, how modern psychology views his contributions, and how dream interpretation can be applied to your own life for personal insight and growth. Sigmund Freud believed that dreams are not random or meaningless experiences, but essential keys to understanding who we are at the deepest level. To Freud, the dream was the royal road to the unconscious, offering direct access to desires, fears, and conflicts that often remain hidden in waking life. This insight alone reshaped how humanity views not only dreams, but the entire structure of the human mind. Freud proposed that every dream serves a psychological function, even if its content seems absurd or frightening. At the heart of his theory lies the concept that dreams express repressed wishes, thoughts that the conscious mind finds unacceptable or threatening. Instead of allowing these thoughts to emerge directly, the mind disguises them through symbols, metaphors, and distortions, creating the strange and sometimes unsettling narratives that fill our dreams. Imagine dreaming about being lost in a vast forest. On the surface, it might appear to be an adventure or a nightmare depending on the emotional tone. But Freud would ask, what does being lost symbolize for you? Perhaps it reflects feelings of confusion in your current life, uncertainty about your career, or even unresolved conflicts from childhood. For Freud, each dream is unique and must be interpreted within the specific emotional and personal context of the dreamer. One of the most important tools Freud developed to interpret dreams is the method of free association. He would encourage individuals to describe every thought, feeling, or memory that comes to mind when recalling different elements of the dream without censorship or judgment. Through this process, hidden meanings begin to surface. A seemingly mundane object, such as a closed door, might, under analysis, reveal deep fears about isolation or barriers to personal growth. Freud divided dreams into two key components: the manifest content and the latent content. The manifest content is the literal storyline, the events, images, and sensations you remember upon waking. However, this is only the surface layer. Beneath it lies the latent content, the hidden psychological, meaning that the dream truly expresses. For example, a dream about missing a flight might not just reflect a fear of travel, but a broader anxiety about missing out on life's opportunities or feeling unprepared for a major change. To protect the dreamer from the distress of directly confronting these unconscious desires, Freud proposed that the mind employs various mechanisms of dream distortion. These include displacement, where emotional significance is shifted from one object to another; condensation, where multiple ideas or images combine into a single symbol; and symbolism, where an object or action represents something else entirely, often of a sexual or aggressive nature. Freud's exploration of sexual symbolism in dreams sparked controversy, but he argued that sexuality plays a central role in human psychology. According to him, many dream symbols are sexual in nature, though disguised to bypass internal censorship. For instance, objects that are long or upright might represent the male organ, while enclosed spaces could symbolize the female body. These interpretations may sound provocative, but Freud emphasized that their purpose is not to scandalize, but to uncover the hidden dynamics that influence behavior and emotional life. Beyond sexuality, Freud also examined how dreams reflect unresolved conflicts, particularly those stemming from childhood. He theorized that early experiences shape the unconscious mind and thus frequently reappear in dreams. A dream about being scolded by a parent might not just reflect recent tensions, but echo a deeper, long-standing struggle for acceptance or autonomy. Dreams of death held a particular fascination for Freud. He noted that such dreams often generate anxiety but interpreted them as symbolic rather than prophetic. Dreaming of death could signify the end of a particular phase of life, the fear of losing control or the desire for transformation. Interestingly, Freud observed that children sometimes dream about the death of loved ones without understanding the concept fully, suggesting that dreams about death can emerge even without a conscious awareness of mortality. Another common theme Freud explored is the experience of being chased in a dream. He interpreted this not as a literal fear of pursuit, but as a metaphor for internal conflicts or repressed feelings that the dreamer is attempting to escape. The figure doing the chasing may represent a part of the self that is disowned or feared, such as an aggressive impulse or a forbidden desire. Similarly, dreams of flying, which many find exhilarating, can reflect a longing for freedom, the release from burdens, or the transcendence of limitations. Yet Freud also noted that such dreams can have a sexual undertone, representing the excitement and liberation associated with sexual expression. Freud emphasized that no universal dictionary of dream symbols could adequately capture the complexity of dream interpretation. While some symbols may have common meanings across individuals and cultures, the true significance of a dream arises from the personal associations of the dreamer. For this reason, Freud stressed the importance of therapeutic dialogue to uncover the layers of meaning within each dream. An essential feature of Freud's theory is the notion of wish fulfillment. He believed that, at their core, all dreams fulfill a wish of the dreamer. However, this wish may be disguised, inverted, or obscured to protect the dreamer from psychological distress. For instance, A person who feels powerless might dream of possessing extraordinary strength or status, while someone grappling with feelings of guilt may experience a punishing or frightening dream scenario. The defensive structures of the psyche, particularly the ego and the superego, play critical roles in shaping how wishes manifest in dreams. These internal forces work to censor unacceptable desires, ensuring that the dream's manifest content remains palatable enough for the dreamer to maintain sleep. However, despite these efforts at disguise, Freud argued that careful analysis could always uncover the underlying wish. Freud's ideas about dreams extended into broader considerations of mental health and human development. He saw the interpretation of dreams as a vital component of psychoanalysis, helping individuals understand the unconscious forces that drive their behaviors and emotional patterns. By analyzing dreams, a person could achieve greater self-awareness and begin to resolve inner conflicts that might otherwise lead to anxiety, depression, or maladaptive behaviors. The process of bringing unconscious material into conscious awareness, often referred to as making the unconscious conscious, is central to Freud's vision of psychological healing. Dreams provide a natural and accessible pathway for this exploration, offering glimpses of the hidden parts of the self that might otherwise remain in shadow. While Freud's theories have faced critique and revision, their influence on both psychology and culture is undeniable. Modern researchers have developed alternative theories about why we dream, emphasizing functions such as memory consolidation, emotional regulation, or threat simulation. However, many of these theories still recognize that dreams carry psychological significance and reflect the dreamer's waking concerns and inner life, echoing Freud's original insights. Contemporary psychoanalysts continue to draw on Freud's methods, integrating his ideas with newer developments in psychology, neuroscience, and philosophy. Even outside clinical settings, Freud's approach encourages individuals to take their dreams seriously, viewing them not as random phenomena, but as meaningful expressions of the psyche. Freud's contribution to our understanding of dreams also resonates in literature, film, and art. Countless creators have drawn inspiration from the idea that beneath the surface of human experience lies a vast, mysterious realm that shapes our thoughts, actions, and identities. This cultural legacy underscores the enduring power of Freud's vision of the unconscious. Ultimately, Freud's exploration of the dark truth of dream interpretation reminds us that we are often unaware of the forces that influence us most profoundly. Our dreams act as messengers from the depths of the mind, offering insights that can be both unsettling and enlightening. To engage with them is to embark on a journey into the self, confronting fears, acknowledging desires, and perhaps discovering aspects of ourselves we never fully recognized. Freud challenges us to listen carefully to our dreams, to question what they reveal, and to embrace the complexity of our inner worlds. In doing so, we not only honor the significance of our dreams, but also take a step closer to understanding the intricate, often hidden, forces that shape our lives.